Hello, it is your sleepless god back with What If Naruto Had a Stand, Part 3. And I don't know if I was on drugs or not. How did I even forget what Naruto's team was? It's Team 7, obviously Team 7. But, you know, uh, not the people. I want the people involved with Naruto's team being with Naruto's team. Uh, but, doing the recap, we talked about how even though Naruto still passed, Mizushi, the other teacher, still made him steal the skull ceiling. He's still on only one jutsu, a broken version of the Rasengan. It's a lot harder to learn than just simple shadow clones. I shouldn't say simple; they're not simple, but they're. And he also used the shadow clone technique of putting multiple shadow clones out there. But he also added, while he's doing that, Kurama stand of the fox is sucking up chakra from the natural air itself, and anytime Naruto runs out, he puts in the chakra inside of him. Keep on just refilling his body full of chakra so he can constantly train without worrying about his chakra draining too much. Mizushi got his ass beat the fuck up worse than he ever got in the anime. He went to the academy, and Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata this time, and not Sakura, and Sakura complains about it in her own skull, is part of Team 7. Now let's start the what if. Now, Naruto is right now not sitting next to Sasuke, but it's actually sitting next to no one in a sense of the word. It seems like no one wants to sit next to him. It's weird. Team starts to leave as, Kiba calls Team 7 the loser team, as he does. But Naruto doesn't take it seriously. He knows Kiba's nothing serious to him at all. But as boredom keeps on going on, he starts talking to Hinata at the beginning, and then Hinata faints, and then he starts talking to Sasuke. Sasuke says, "So, did you? I see you mastered the Shadow Clone." Yeah. As he, grabs his bag and actually chucks the scroll at him. I mastered the two other techniques in that scroll as well, so you can have it back. As Sasuke, already? It's only a couple of days. Yeah, it's fun. As he, sits down, as Hinata actually, wakes up and, comes over to the table as Naruto and Sasuke are sitting at it, as Hinata is trying to speak as best as she possibly can. It's like, Naruto, Naruto-kun, are you telling me that you know multiple jutsus? As Naruto says, yeah. Actually, surprisingly, I didn't know. As he said, she's like, oh, that's very interesting. I have my fighting technique, but that's about it. As Naruto said, don't count you out, bro. As he sees the fox, Kurama. That's what he's calling it for now on. Wrapping their tails almost possessively around her. He looks at Kurama as Kurama's just like, he shows protection, loyalty. As, well, at least someone likes you, Hinata. As Hinata's, what? As Sasuke and Naruto starts chilling out, as Hinata pops in and out with the conversation, in and out. As finally Kakashi pops up, as Kakashi actually looks at him. Naruto sitting on the desk, Sasuke sitting in the chair but leaning back, and Hinata a little bit freaking out, but still perfectly fine, and says, as he says, maybe he won't fail this time. in his head. He doesn't say it out loud. He says it in his head. He says, this team might not fail. As Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata looks at him and like kind of like weirdly as he says, "Meet me up on the roof." As Naruto kind of looks at him weirdly as he opens the door. Now, fast. As Naruto blitzes out the window as Sasuke and Hinata, run up the stairs as Naruto uses Kurama mostly to become first as the rest are sitting there. As now, as the tensity in the air, he can feel it. He's like, what are they gonna ask? It's gonna be a test? It's like, what do you want? Tell me your hopes, your dreams, and what do you want to be when you grow up? As Naruto, all the tensity like deletes instant. It's like what the? It's like Kakashi looks at him and says, "Why don't you go first, Naruto? Why don't you go first? Like the things that you like, the things that you dislike, and what do you want to be?" He says, "Well, what I like is I have a lot of things I like. I like ramen. I like I like learning new things. But I also like I like to be the strongest." Kakashi looks at him and smiles, but no one can see it underneath his mask. Sasuke looks at him and says, "Well, I don't have many likes or dislikes, except a certain person. And what I want to do when I grow up is kill a certain person." As here's Naruto kind of like not scoff, but like you hear him say, like kind of punch Sasuke in the shoulder, and he's like, "You emo ass motherfucker." As Sasuke looks at him like kind of rageful a little bit, he says, "How do you know?" As he lays back on Kurama, no one knows how he's doing this too. I want you to know this. They can sense the chakra, but they don't know how. He says, "You got to get a lot stronger than that, Sasuke." Then, as he closes his eyes, Hinata says, "Oh, I really like, I like my friends and I like my family. I like a certain brave person. I don't like dislike a lot of things. I hate when people look down on other people, even though they don't know what their story is. And I wish I marry a certain someone that I really love." As Naruto kind of peaked game, like kind of like, who was that? And he's like, first thought is like Kiba, maybe Kiba. I seen her hang out with Kiba a couple times. Maybe even Shikamaru. Nah, not even Shikamaru. I don't think Shikamaru. Part of her clan, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. As Kakashi looks at him and says, "Good. Good. Fucking dreams suck." As Naruto looks at him and just says, "Tell us your dreams." As he smiles and says, "I used to have them. Not much anymore. Meet me at we're going to meet at field 12 at 6 o'clock. Sharp. Be there early. Don't eat breakfast." As Kurama looks at him, Jake says no. Like, yeah, he's lying. He won't be there. Sensitive. Nice. As Kakashi flash steps away, as Hinata looks at Naruto, as Naruto says, "Eat breakfast." He will definitely not be there at 6 o'clock. As he stands up and looks at Sasuke and says, "Well, I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock." As he walks away, as Hinata looks at him and she flushes, as Sasuke stands up and says, "You gotta make it less obvious." She's like, What do you mean, Sasuke-kun?" God. Number one, your relationship with Naruto is more transparent than glass. If she wanted to like you, you gotta be. You can't. You can't be like this. You can't be flushing all the time because Naruto said something nice to you. You gotta be strong. You gotta be fast. Sasuke kind of kneels down while she says, "And you gotta be committed with your goals." As as Hanada looks at him and says, and nods her head, "Yeah, I'll do that." As Sasuke stands up and smiles. Not really a smile though. He's kind of sharp toothed, grimacing, and some people may believe that. He walks away. As Naruto trains, he's training with Kurama, dodging his tails again. Also training with his shadow clones, trying to make a better Rasengan. As he's getting bigger, it's getting more and more of that chakra. As it hurts, he feels the clones' hands hurt as they poof. But they can smash through an entire tree now with perfect accuracy. As Naruto smiles, dotting another tail, as he's getting closer and closer to Kurama, as he touches Kurama's nose, as Kurama finally stops. That'd be enough training today. Ugh, as he lays on Kurama's stomach. Ugh. Do I want to go back home? Or do I want to stop here? Well, let's go back. As he walks through the red light district, it's right next to his home. He sees women half naked selling their bodies as he says, "Oh, hey, Courtney, how you doing?" As Courtney smiles. "So how you doing, Naruto? Are you good?" As Naruto says, "I'm very, very fine." As he walks into a restaurant, actually. As the patrons in the next restaurant kind of flinch as he sees Naruto. 12-year-old Naruto. As he walks to the back with no hesitation and sits on a chair. And you see a chef looking at him and says, hey Naruto, what do you want?" It says, "Yeah, need any help?" "No, not really. How about you?" "No, not really. You want food, don't you?" "Yeah, I don't have enough money for Uchiraka ramen." "Son, you can't eat that every day, and he will give you for free. I know him well." "I know." She looks at him and says, "But I won't take it for free. I'll never take it for free unless I have a card that says I can take it for free or anything of the sort. That is not my ninja way. I will not leave on someone else. But you take my move for free, you're a fucking business owner. You're fine." Yeah, I guess. "Brittany, give me another plate for the boy. I owe you from last week." "Has anything happened since?" "Nope, no kicking out, no people from the bar, and no people who ever smacked another woman's ass. After you fucking brutalized that guy, no one wants to test." "I became a shinobi." He says, "I know," as he hands him a plate of food. "What's this?" "It's called spaghetti. Eat it. It's good." As he serves another plate, as Naruto looks down and says, "Well, how are you doing best?" As Naruto looks at this guy and he says, "Divorce is coming to agreement. Everything is coming fine, and I get full custody of my daughter." "Good." As he walks out of the room, as he walks into the lounge, to the area, and everyone looks at him and says, "Hey," and he says, "Hey, remember, if I hear anything about any of you guys fighting, I'll be back here." As everyone's like, "You're absolutely not Naruto. Don't worry about it." As he walks out of the building, of course not. I trust you. As he goes to bed and wakes up at 6 o'clock, and exactly 6 o'clock, and he makes himself a good breakfast. Using leftovers from the dinner that he had last night from the restaurant. And, comes to the thing at 6:30 as Sasuke's already there, Hinata's already there. As uh, uh, Sasuke says, "You're late." He looks around and says, "Where's Kakashi?" He says, "Not here. Hasn't came up yet." As Naruto says, "I told you." As he leans right next to a tree right next to him. How about you, Hinata? Are you okay? When did you come? She says, "Oh, I came around 5:45. How about you, How about you, Sasuke? 6. Well, we might be sitting here for another 2 to 3 hours, so I'm gonna catch some Z's or anything else." As Hinata pulls out a book and starts reading, as Sasuke is uh, just sitting in a tree. At 7:30 pops around, an hour and 30 minutes later, as Kakashi finally pops up. He says, I'm so sorry, guys. I had to help an old woman across the street, as I had to, couldn't go a certain way. So like Naruto says, these super excuses. Stop." As Kakashi looks at him and says, "Okay. So you want to know what we're doing?" He says, "Yeah. What are we doing?" Pulls out 2 bells. Says, "We're doing the bell test." Puts them on his waist. Hinata is the first one, but there's only 2 of them, right? Like, what do you like? Says, "Yeah. The consequences of that is whoever's the first 2 to get them can become a gang team. As anyone else gets sent back to the academy." Naruto stretches and says, as he looks back in his memories, as the fox looks at Naruto weirdly and shakes his head no. He's lying. But he doesn't know why. As I'm guessing you're going to need a couple minutes to hide, right? As Kakashi says, "Yeah, of course. Give you about 5 seconds." As he says, "1," as he sees Sasuke and Hinata dodge into the forest. As even Naruto knows that's not going to help with this foe. As Kurama him gets ready, as he says 1, as he opens his eyes, one of his eyes, and says, "So, you didn't run away." As Naruto's stretching again and says, "Of course not. Even if I hid, I don't think I would ever, win. Technically, I would probably lose." As Kakashi says, "Well, I would," as Naruto rushes at him with extreme speed, trying to punch him, as still with the Ichi Ichi book in his hand that he just pulled out, blocks the punch, grabbing Naruto and picking him up and throwing him. Naruto rolls and just gets himself up and says, "What are you doing? You're not even trying." As Kakashi says, "I don't need to." As Naruto tries with a kick to his face, as he just moves a little bit of his head and dodging it, still reading, flips the page. As Naruto tries to kick him in the stomach, he just grabs the kick and pushes him down. He does a roll. Gosh, I need more than this. Kurama pops up. Now, as you see Kurama opens his mouth, as you see a massive amount of black and white chakra start coming into a ball, as Kakashi says, "What the fuck is that?" As he shuts his book, as he launches a Biju bomb at him. As a Biju bomb with this type of thing is slower than the Biju bombs, like with like normal Kurama. As he says, "Shit, this might be bad." As he dodges it, as it hits the water, as it explodes into a massive chakra field. As Kurama's mouth is smoking, as he says, "What the fuck, Naruto?" He doesn't actually say that. He looks at Naruto though. Interesting. As he says, tactics number 1. Let's go. As Naruto actually starts fighting, as Kakashi actually starts fighting too. Started throwing kicks that are getting blocked by Kurama. His strategy is 3 tails mode. Each tail can take only a certain amount of damage before, they too much kinetic energy. But with this, he can fight him as well as be protected. As he's fighting him, as he feels every kick, every punch, he's not even getting close. He's trying, but he's not taking any damage from Kakashi, but he's not dealing any damage back. And just finally, all the tails are filled up with energy from the constant kicking and punching, and he feels a blow to his left jaw. As he hears crack, boom, he launches himself 20 feet, smashes as he says, "What the?" As he stands up, as he hears Kakashi behind him, as he looks behind him, as he says, 1,000 years of death, as he hits him in the back of the fucking ass, as he feels the fingers. No, no, no. As this is where we're going to end off the video. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.